Welcome back to Rockland for the final 9 holes of the 2021 United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. I am Ian Anderson, sitting next to world champion Sarah Hokum, and Paige is just putting a hurting on him today.
She's showing why she's 5-time world champion. And it's basically Paige going to be cruising here, trying to just minimize mistakes, and she doesn't really even have to push the birdies.
No, par's good. She could par out and win very easily at this point.
We do have Haley still at -9, so she's still doing all right. Not quite performing the way we expect her to perform at this last 9, but she's got 9 more holes.
And she's got to be keeping an eye on Ella Hansen, who is making a run from the chase car for that second place position.
Yeah, at this point, Ella is bogey free and has got a bunch of birdies on the front. And we're looking, I mean, it's going to be close as she's just climbing the leaderboard.
Yeah, we'll keep you abreast of that battle as it happens. Hole 10, Sarah.
Hole 10, this one's a doozy. It's really far left over a creek through 2 separate gaps. I consider this one kind of a sucker hole because if you land at all left of the basket, you're probably going to skip and roll into the creek, and it has to get really far left. So you have to throw something pretty stable to get that carry.
Paige Pierce going Raptor.
Wow. She got lucky that didn't go in the creek.
Yes. Haley King looks like a Zeus.
That's the gap, but she needs to get right of that W
she
tree.
She made the V.
Wow. Yeah, she wanted to go right of that tree, but, you know, the fact that she's on the other side and in bounds is going to help her get a par on this hole.
Katrina Allen.
There's the line. And then you kind of have to just hope you get through some of these trees.
She
wow.
did.
She's deep in the basket, but that is the safe play, and that's an incredible shot.
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
Looked like her X3.
I think so. Jess with that halo turn.
Ooh, early high. She's safe, though.
And this is actually a pretty nice little secondary fairway you have right here.
She's got to make sure that's straight enough that it doesn't skip back into the creek.
Ooh, I'm worried.
Oh,
nice.
Wow, that's such a technical shot.
That was beautiful.
Well done.
Beautifully thrown. Paige is going back to the Raptor again.
Also, the trouble is that it's skipping back into the creek with this side hill. And she throws it deep enough. She's got a look to save her par. Not a fun look, but it's there.
Is she in the circle?
I think she's at the edge of the circle. Outside the circle.
Haley King smartly lays up for par. Katrina Allen staring at the OB, but looks to be giving this a bid. Off the cage again.
She hasn't really made any of those long ones, but the stroke looks really good. She's just all over the basket.
Yeah, hit metal every time.
Okay.
All right.
Another putt for Paige, saving par. She is just unstoppable on the green.
Sometimes I feel like the only person who could beat Paige is Paige.
Well, you're probably not wrong.
When she's playing at her best, it's tough to catch her.
Jess with a great par save.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. And Kat, that'll be a par for her. And should be a par for Haley, too.
So these ladies sneaking past one of the more difficult holes, one of the sucker holes. We have 2 more left. But also, Ella Hansen and Maria Oliva got this birdie.
Did they? Nice.
I would like to see those shots.
They both crush, so that makes sense. And Paige has been putting pretty well.
Putting on a clinic.
Still has not missed inside Circle 1 the entire tournament. Hole 1, par 3, 312 feet.
So we're haunted a couple holes in a row that are pretty simple. 312 feet, plays to a righty hyzer. There is a nice sidearm route as well we may see Jessica take. I mean, 312 feet on a hyzer. Got to kind of miss this grove, these couple trees on the right. But they're pretty big, and I'm thinking that we're going to see some birdies on this hole.
That is a safe bet with the talent on this card. Looking at Paige Pierce, going with the buzz.
Just needs it to skip through those trees. And how about another park job?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, even though she hasn't missed a putt inside the circle, she's also just parking holes.
They have been so many bullseyes.
No need to putt.
Haley
left it out a little bit. Oh, that was really straight shot. I was kind of expecting that to hyzer.
Yeah. Kat, let's see what line she bites off. Looks like the Haley line. Yep. Oh, no. She went in between the lines and found the tree. Jess taking the outside route. Going halo turn. Go in. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
She was ace running that.
Yeah, she was. That hard pan.
I'm surprised that Kat and Haley take the inside route. It seems so much easier to just throw a hyzer.
Right?
Maybe they don't want those late trees to come into play.
Maybe that is the deal.
Ooh,
That's
man,
bad.
that's going to be a tough par save.
It sure is. Long birdie bid coming up for Jess after skipping left.
Just can't seem to connect on the long ones.
Kat
Man.
saving par.
Get it. There it is. Man, she's been needing those to fall all day, and at least she finally got one in there.
That was a good hit right there from Kat. Love
I'm
to
sure
see
it's
that.
frustrating to be in a major knowing that you can play better and just not being able to execute. Speaking of which,
Not executing. Haley King with a miss there that she's usually good for. Thankfully makes the comebacker, but again, losing a stroke to Paige Pierce has an absolute drop in.
and Jess too, sometimes her putting is really dialed and she's just hitting all of those putts. And then, to come here during this major in her hometown and just her putting has really just held her back this weekend.
Yeah.
But making good on that one.
Good par save. And we'll see our first birdie on the scorecard appearing right now. It's been a lot of pars and bogeys lately. Paige changing that up. And a good par putt from Kat.
Just full power out of the legs. Really clean also from that distance.
Well placed, Kat. That will take us into hole 12.
This is almost the same hole. The tree line is a little bit thicker on the left side, but it plays to a big righty hyzer, only 300 feet. So this is well within range, playing as one of the easiest holes on the course. They're just going to pop it out to the right and let it fall left and make themselves a putt.
Yeah, just throw the same shot Paige threw last hole, and it seems like it would.
It's literally the same hole. This is the righty hyzer, so of course Haley and Kat will have to choose a different line on this hole.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they've got that in their wheelhouse.
Paige is switching up the disc, going to go Raptor, so something that's going to fade a little harder for her.
Looks good. Also, doesn't really have to putt again.
Not so much. Haley King.
Looking a little bit inside. Kind of sawed it off a bit. She'll be left of the pin, but still a reasonable putt.
Yeah, clean one too. Katrina. I want to say this was a D1. Oh, maybe not.
Coming up a little short, but just at the edge of the circle. She just made a putt from near there. We'll see if she can that one as well.
And Jess with that halo turn.
This looks good.
Your eye is good, Sarah.
Ooh, that's a makeable putt.
Yes, it is.
All right, let's go. How about a star frame?
Haley King from 50.
Get in there.
Oh.
Yep, that's the story of her third round.
Mm-hmm. Katrina? Oh.
Dang it. Look a little tough through those trees.
Yeah. Jess making short work of her birdie putt, though. And Paige making even shorter work of her shorter birdie putt. Unbelievable. So close. 2 holes in a row.
She is not leaving this up to anything
Droppers.
but no chance involved here. Paige is cruising by just parking holes.
Yeah. It almost seems like it uses no mental energy either. You just throw a good drive. Well, he doesn't have to worry about disc golfing for their 10 minutes.
Yeah, at this point, I remember watching Paige just be really relaxed and smiling. Jess was extremely focused, still trying to play her best game. I could see the frustration on Kat and Haley's faces.
When I walk up to the tee, I have these game plans. I think I'm going to land in these same areas every single time, but you never know. Having the Bushnell rangefinder, no matter where I land, gives me that extra level of confidence.
back to Rockland. We're looking at hole 13. Slightly uphill on this one, Sarah.
Yeah, 336, so probably playing more like 360, 370, and it plays to the right. There's also a road deep left that plays as a hazard. The ideal shot is going to be a big sidearm, maybe a little bit of flex that fades into this, right pocket of trees. But most of these players are probably going to be throwing a backhand, looking for a big flex. If they leave it out a little bit, it's going to go OB left into that hazard.
Paige ripping on a buzz.
A buzz, really?
I know, right?
I kind of expect her to throw something bigger than that.
I think she should have.
Yep. Came up about circle 2 edge.
Yeah, quite a bit short. Jess?
Here's the line that could get there.
Is this the Vulcan? Yes, it is.
No. Though. Dang it.
Trying to use the understability of the Vulcan to flip up a ton of hyzer and just left it a little high. Haley King.
Big turn. Looks a little bit low. Needs it to skip. Okay. Edge of the circle.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good execution.
Katrina. Looks like that X3.
With a crush. Looking good.
Go.
Oh, it kind of got pittered out there.
Yeah, I just need a little more airspace-y. Mini girthy.
Oh, that's he's a cool kid.
Yeah.
I've met his father, Jim.
Awesome. He was caddying for Jess all weekend.
Yeah, we were hanging out at the All-Star weekend in Arizona.
I saw regular sized girthy out there as well. He was doing some crowd control. It's a little short, Jess. You'd like to be closer. There's Paige and her well-styled caddy.
That was a very relaxed layup.
It was, yeah.
It must feel good to be that far ahead in a major like this.
12 strokes right now? Oh, she's all over it.
Gosh. That basket was just like a centimeter bigger.
Yep. And Haley from just a little bit closer. Ooh.
Oh! Wow, snuck it in over the rim. That's nice. This is like the second long one she's made today.
I got a 40-footer. I think that one was 54.
Haven't seen a lot of really long putts go in. So Haley giving us a little bit of a show. Jess.
Oh.
Whoa.
That was fun.
Barely needing the chains. Dropping it right into the bucket.
Good save there. Katrina will drop in a par, as will Haley. Or sorry, Paige. Excuse me. Haley already made the nice birdie.
See that huge crowd behind Haley. Oh, there's Ian.
There's me.
Determination on her face.
It hasn't stopped trying at least.
Absolutely. She's always got a good attitude, even when she's frustrated.
And she knows she's battling for second place, That's thousands of dollars probably. Hole 14, par 3.
369 feet, plays kind of along this road, which is hazard on the right side of the road. Players are going to throw a big hyzer or a flat shot that skips left into the green for a nice look at birdie. It's a very gettable hole, a lot of airspace on the right side. Yeah, I expect there to be some birdie looks.
Yeah, definitely should be the case. Haley King on the box.
That looks a little flat.
There's OB out there.
Oh, we need a skip.
OB right now.
Go.
All right.
Pin high, long look.
Mm-hmm.
But Haley makes those.
She does. Not what she was looking for, though. We go in Zeus from Paige Pierce.
That looks good. It needs to get down. Behind the basket.
Paige Pierce problems throwing a little bit long.
Oops, I threw it 400.
I know.
370.
I know, gosh. Isn't that just the worst?
I wish that was my problem.
Don't you hate when you do that too, Sarah?
Jess looking really good.
Oh,
wow.
Dang.
Ace run.
That would have been fun.
Right, if you can't win the tournament, at least throw one in.
That is the consolation prize. Katrina Allen.
Also putting a nice move on it.
Little
Needs it to
wide.
skip. A little bit short. Oh.
Oh.
How about a... Oh.
Wow.
That is a great roll, putting her in with a close putt.
I thought for sure she'd end up on the right-hand side of the basket there, but not happening. I think had legs. Haley King from distance.
Oh, that as Jim Oates would say, that's a lock licker.
coming back for the birdie is Paige Pierce.
Taking a little extra time. Was that extra little flips?
It might have been.
On her
She was
putter? Looked like she
charging
did
it up.
and then did it again.
Yeah. Maybe a little reset.
So tough on those low ceilings with a push putt like that.
Yeah.
But Kat,
Clean.
open look, gets another birdie.
Nice to see that. Still fighting for position out there. Haley King, that will save her par, keep her at 10 down. And Paige with a par as well. Signature Katrina Allen putting.
Couple rotations, no wobble,
Yeah.
center chains.
Corey Merle approved back there. On to 15, Sarah. This is a tough one.
Yeah, this is playing as one of the hardest holes. And honestly, this back stretch, these last 4 holes, 3 out of the 4 of them are playing as some of the hardest holes on the course. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out. But this is a par 3, kind of plays like a par 4, 381 feet. The creek comes into the green on the left side, that's OB. And you've got this tiny little green tucked away. And it is, I mean, anything lands about here or left of the basket is just going to skip into the creek. I consider this a bit of a sucker hole. I think I'd be laying up if I was playing.
I think that's totally fair.
But
Katrina
Kat says no.
throwing right at the OB, but no in her plastic.
And she threw understable enough.
Oh my gosh.
To get that. She hit the ground on Annie, so it skipped right instead of skipping left.
That was sweet.
Haley also going for this.
She's going OB is what she's doing.
Oh, man, that was early.
Yeah.
Right into the OB.
I never had a chance.
I wonder if Paige will lay up here.
That's a Zeus.
Okay. That would be a weird disc to lay up with.
It sure would.
And similar result with what Haley did.
Yeah, she needed
just right into the trees. I'm not impressed.
Needed a little more turn on that one. Jess.
Okay, the sidearm play is going to leave you to the right of the fairway, and that's a pretty smart play.
Yeah, putting a ton of hyzer on that Vulcan. Oh, no.
Except for that oak tree.
Still a clean alley to the basket, but it's not especially close.
Ooh, and she's going backhand. She needs this not to filter into that left side. But she does need it to filter through those trees.
And it did not.
Edge of the circle putt.
And it's a weird one, too.
Window layup.
Nice.
A little meat on the bone, but Paige with the same look.
And Bailey's like, oh, there's a window. I'll do the same thing.
And it looks like it's the only way to get there unless you want to lay up to that right side. That's well short of the pin.
Yeah. Just inside the circle, I want to say. Here is Jess from just outside the circle. Trying to save a 3.
She had a little extra
that was a weird
hand pump there.
That was a weird one. Did not look great coming out.
Kat for birdie.
Oh! And that would have been the only birdie of the day on this one.
Woulda, shoulda, but didn't. Really great tee shot, though.
Yes, it was. And that is a great bogey save after the OB drive from Paige.
She's still not missing, even though she could.
That'll take her back to 20 on the event, and her lead is only 11 now with 3 to play.
That's it? Just 11?
Just 11.
She could probably throw left-handed and win this tournament at this point.
I'm getting like 2015 Paul vibes at Worlds. He was the final 9. I think he had like a 10-stroke lead, you know?
Oh, man.
That's what it feels like right now. Paige is just cruising.
But there is a battle for second going on right now. Ella Hansen has come in and at well under par and is challenging that 9 down. I believe she's about 8 down right now, headed into these last 3 difficult holes.
That was a great catch by the disc catcher, and we'll be right back.
Love getting outside and challenging yourself to become better? How about spending time with family and friends, or just marveling at the pure joy of flight? Then you've come to the right place at the right time. Join the PDGA.
You've seen them in the hands of professionals, helping them compete at the highest level. Whale Sacks is a female-owned small business, handmade in the USA. We are dedicated to outstanding grip for all disc golfers.
Back to the final 3 holes of the United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. First up is hole 16 and another really tough get, Sarah.
Yeah, literally the hardest hole on the course. 417 feet, par 3. You've got a hazard on the right side and a drop off into an OB creek on the left side, all the way up the left-hand side of the fairway. And the green is tucked away down a slight hill with the creek right behind it. I mean, this is going to play to a big, wide righty hyzer around that big tree. But if a player wants to try to get all the way to the green, they might take the more dangerous middle route.
Kat pulling on the D2 and flexing it around the tree beautifully.
Yeah, she'll be up there. She's not going to have a putt at this one, but an easy pitch up for a par.
Yeah, not amazing, but you definitely don't mind it. Haley King with a Zeus.
She is going for the green here up that middle route, but she needs this to go more straight and sit. Oh.
Okay.
She got lucky that tree
She did.
kept her in bounds. Paige also going the aggressive route.
Also a Zeus.
Needs to skip. Get down there. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Inside the circle with an easy putt for birdie.
And she doesn't miss inside the circle putts, apparently. So count that one.
Jess also taking the aggressive route. She needs this to get left, though. She's in the hazard right now.
She is.
And there's the skip.
Yep, sneaks in. She got pin high. That was a smash.
Yeah, I mean, Jess throws really far.
This is a Sonic for her approach. Oh. And she's like, I felt like they left that gap there just to sucker me. and they did. They got her. Unfortunately, she has a circle's edge bid still for the par. And Katrina Allen showing off, flexing the flexibility right there. Making it work. That was a nice approach. Haley King, not the greatest position.
Pretty open for how many trees are over there on that side of the fairway.
Well, it looks like she gave it a bid, too. And here is the par save attempt from Jess.
Yeah, she's going to have to dial that in coming through to the Masters Cup next week.
That is for sure. You can't be missing putts at De La.
Nope.
They tend to go rolling in places you don't want to go putting from. There's Paige Pierce, not to be overlooked. That is a great birdie, the only one of the day.
Wow.
I love your birdie shout-outs, by the way. I think they're fun.
I mean, we don't get to watch all the players.
I know.
There's some amazing people are throwing amazing shots out there, even if they don't make the coverage. Speaking of which, Ella Hansen also had a birdie look at this hole.
Really?
It was about a 30-footer downhill that she just barely missed.
Oh, man. I appreciate you doing that research, though.
And she also threw a wide hyzer. She didn't even throw the middle gap.
No
She
kidding.
threw a pure hyzer that got all the way down there.
I mean, Paige Pierce says she throws farther than she does.
I mean, we may see. I'm excited to see that happen on coverage. Those two battling out their distance.
It's going to happen sooner or later.
And Paige with that awesome birdie.
Stroke
I'm going to go
on the
amazing
field.
birdie, even though it wasn't an eagle.
Look, it was amazing. It's stroke and a half type stuff. Looking at 17, it's right there.
Speaking of amazing holes, I think this is one of those that I really like.
This is my favorite,
Yeah,
too.
309 feet. Most of the early part of the fairway is open, but 2/3 of the way up, you get this OB cavern with a winding creek and a bunch of trees. And if you hit any of those trees, you're probably going to be dropping in the out-of-bounds area. And then you got this green that's guarded by a couple of trees and a low ceiling. So this is a question about whether the players are actually going to go for this shot. It's certainly in range, but if they're not as accurate, they're going to be OB.
Mm-hmm. Buzz from Paige going up the middle.
And even though Paige didn't have to throw this shot, she could have
on,
laid
man.
up, but
This is perfect.
she just put it like 15 feet away.
And Katrina, it's kind of funny. I thought Paige threw the Cat line and Cat threw the Paige line.
I agree.
You know?
Cat throwing the big hyzer with that X3. Wow, I thought that got caught up.
The locals were impressed with that one, by the way.
I bet. I mean, that is impressive. I mean, that's got to be 375 feet of distance to go over the top.
And you foreshadowed that one.
She hit the palm, kicked OB. Jess also looking to go up the middle.
That's turning a lot.
Very flexy line for a straight shot.
Ooh, that's in bounds.
Safe by just a bit.
And so Haley has to move to the drop zone. It's a pretty fair shot, though.
That's one of those drop zone shots that you practice.
Yeah, because it's on the way to the hole. You might as well, right?
Yeah, and any little miss, and you want to have that dialed in just in case.
Jess approaching with her second. Looks like the Sonic again. So here's where Kat ended up.
Wow, what a pump that is.
Yeah, she smashed that thing. Long bid for the 2. It'll be a 3, though. And not a bad score. Paige Pierce piling on at this point.
How about another birdie? Hey.
Por qué no? 22 down.
Jeez. Just incredible.
Just dunking on the field right now. Unbelievable. Jess makes good for the par. Haley will make good for the bogey. I mean, I guess.
And with that, her and Ella are now tied, or maybe Ella has a stroke lead on her.
They are tied right now at 8 down.
It's going to come down to this last hole for the second place runner-up title.
Yep. And so Haley needs that birdie to get sole possession of second. That is your winner.
I want her to throw like left-handed rollers this whole last hole.
I was talking to her on the tee of 18. She was thinking about throwing a roller on the tee of 18 here.
I mean, why not?
Which I was like,
get there.
You're not going to lose. You might as well. She doesn't. Spoiler alert. She doesn't throw a roller.
There is a lot of trouble on this hole. 493 feet. There's a hazard on the right off the tee, and then there's OB left in the creek. Players are going to want to pitch their first shot short of what we're seeing now, and then their second shot is going to be a couple hundred feet to the pin to get a birdie look in this grove of trees. But the tee shot is really about placement. Players wanted to move a little bit to the left, but not so far left that they're in the creek bed, and they can't push it too far right. Those trees on the right kind of line the hazard area where they would have to play with a one-stroke penalty.
And Paige just going with a boring buzz shot. Boo.
Definitely want to throw that more neutral disc so you're not skipping left into that creek line.
Yeah, it's a smart shot.
She's a little bit blocked there, though.
A little short and a little blocked, but it's fine when you're on victory lap mode. Katrina Allen, this is more the business.
Yeah, that wide hyzer, a little bit skippy left, but not so far left. You can see where that creek is. I mean, she was so far right to be even really close to that creek on the left side.
Yeah, that hard pan is wild. Jessica Weese coming down the stretch.
That looks a little inside. She needs that to push forward to stay out of that creek. Oh. What?
Yeah, rolled out the other side.
Wow. She'll have an easy look for her birdie.
Haley King needs a birdie for sole possession in second place.
And I'm assuming Haley knows this at this point.
Yeah, she's a UDisc checker.
So she needs this to get her. Oh,
Ooh,
oh my
great.
gosh. She made it over the creek line.
That's bonus territory. Paige Pierce going to the forehand, and not a ton of good looks from over here.
Yeah, that'll be tough to get to the pin from here. Oh, little wide and high, but that's circle 2.
She'll get up and down. Katrina?
I guess she can afford to not birdie the last hole.
She could. Cat. Oh, I thought that had it.
Just outside the circle.
Yep. Long bid coming for her birdie finish
See if
here.
she can can that to finish her major.
That'd be fun. Jess, this is a good approach.
Still a putt, though.
That'll get her to under on the event with a make there. Haley King needs to get up and down for second place.
Ooh, little tester.
And Paige.
Paige not even needing to run that.
Nope.
With a floaty little approach.
That's a winning layup is what that is. Katrina Allen.
No!
What? Come
She's
on.
just like, welcome to my day.
Oh, brutal.
There it is. Jess, great birdie to finish.
Love to see that.
Crowd loves it.
And here is Haley King for second place and rising to the occasion there.
Great putt. You know, if you can't win the tournament, at least getting that second place and finishing with a great putt makes you kind of feel like you did something good.
Yeah, definitely solid consolation prize. And
so I commend her for keeping her head in it and being able to secure second, especially with, you know, so many people trailing her and coming up from behind.
And your 2021 United States Women's Disc Golf Champion, Paige Pierce.
It's the Paige show, and she's showing why. She's a 5-time world champion. She led almost every category in as number 1 in Circle 1, fairway hits. It's pretty amazing to watch.
Yeah, missed 0 Circle 1 putts the entire tournament. Like that doesn't happen often on any side of the game. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when you park so many shots too.
Yeah, you don't have that. You don't have that many Circle 1 putts. She had a lot of bullseyes.
She still putted really confidently. I saw her in practice putting, and she was just slamming the disc. I mean, harder than I think she normally putts. So you could tell she was just beaming with confidence.
Man, that break did her good. She came back energized and ready to smash. There's the rest of the field. I mentioned Ella Hansen. Had a short miss on that last hole. Cost her that tie for second place with Haley, but a great showing nonetheless.
Yeah, I've been playing less than a year. We also saw Missy Gannon shooting a great final round, jumping up there.
Tons of good performances. I've got our double G jerky long drive a day. Paige Pierce, 404-foot park job to start the day. This is a real tone setter for the round, wasn't it?
Oh, for sure. When you saw, I mean, for her to park it and then Haley to bogey that hole.
It was like, ugh, yeah. Wow. What an event. Sarah, that was a ton of fun?
It was awesome and an historic event for the women of disc golf, with the most women ever at Women's Nationals.
Too cool, man. Well, we'll catch you guys next weekend for the Masters Cup.
Looking forward to it.
See you there.